This is a tutorial on how to use the Nintendo Switch gaming system in the Oak Creek Public Library gaming room. For information about the gaming room or how to reserve it for use, please go to www.oakcreeklibrary.org/gaming-room. The switch can be turned on by pressing the power button located at the top front corner of the device. Alternatively, you can use one of the Switch controllers to turn on the switch by pressing and holding down the home button on the bottom of the controller. The controllers are all located on the Joy-Con charging dock. To remove a controller, simply hold down the charging dock while sliding up one of the controllers. The Switch has digital games already installed, as well as the capability to insert a game cartridge. To insert a game, open the card slot located on the top of the device. Take the cartridge out of the case and push it lightly into the slot until you hear a click. Then put the cover back down for the card slot. When the Switch is first started, it will go to the home screen. Simply press A on the controller to get past this screen. The Switch menu will load. Any disc that is inserted will display in the very first slot at the top left-hand corner. Use the arrow keys to move to the game desired and press A to select the game. Any game played will require you to select a user. Press A to select a user, and the game will load after a moment. Follow the prompts on screen to continue gameplay. The Switch has some preloaded games already installed, as well as a subscription to Nintendo Switch Online. This allows for online gameplay, as well as access to various games, including classics. On the home screen, navigate to the red icon for Nintendo Switch Online. Press A to select. Press A to select a user, and the online service will load after a moment. Navigate to Online Play in order to see what games are available with Online Play. Alternatively, you can select classic games to play by going to NES, Super NES, etc. If a game requires a password to download, please go to the second floor main service desk and let staff know a password is needed to continue. The gaming room has two sets of Joy-Con controllers, two right controllers, which have A, B, X, and Y, and two left controllers, which have arrow keys. There are multiple playing options that use different peripherals depending on what game you select. When you select a game, it will prompt you to use the controller or controllers in a particular fashion. There is one Joy-Con grip, which allows for more traditional gameplay. Simply slide down the right controller along the rail on the right side of the grip until you hear a click. Repeat the process for the left. To remove the controllers, simply press the black release button on the back of the Joy-Con and slide up. There are 4 hand grips to allow up to 4 players. Simply hold the controller horizontally and push it into the grip until it is locked in. There are 2 straps that are recommended to use if you are not using the other grips. The straps line up plus with plus, minus with minus. Simply slide on the strap using the rail on the side of the Joy-Con from top to bottom until you hear a click. Push the white lock button on the bottom to lock on the strap. When you are done playing a game, press the house button on the controller to return to the Switch menu. When switching games, the system will typically prompt you to close the software. Simply press the X button to close the game software and select Close by pressing A. To eject the video game cartridge, open the game card slot cover located on the top of the Switch. Gently push down on the inserted game until you hear a click. The cartridge will pop out and you can take it and put it back into its case. To turn off the Switch, go to the Home menu by pressing the Home button. From there, navigate to the power symbol using the arrow keys located at the bottom left corner. Press A to select, and press A again to enter sleep mode. Alternatively, you can press and hold the power button located on the top front corner of the device. When done playing, please return the controllers to the charging dock. To put a controller on the dock, simply hold down the charging dock while sliding down one of the Joy-Con controllers using the rail.